So guys, today now we will be reading 11 to 20 of Diary of a Wimpy Kid Meltdown. Anyway, that was 2 months back and I didn't give my country project a second thought until today, and the only reason I remembered was because when I got to school everybody was wearing weird clothes. I probably should have realized it was International Showcase Day when my friend Rowley came by to get me for school wearing a crazy getup. But she's always doing strange stuff, so I barely even noticed. That's it's everybody wearing weird clothes except for Greg. And that's Rowley and then Greg. In homeroom, I took a look at Rowley's project to see how much work it was involved, and that's when I started to panic. His report looked like it took a ton of time, and it was pretty obvious his parents helped him with it. Of course, Rowley hadn't actually been to the country, so he got assigned. So I'm sure that made it a lot easier for him. I asked Rowley to be a pal and switch countries with me, but he's kind of selfish, so he wouldn't go for it. That meant I was on my own, and I only had a few hours to do my whole project from scratch. And I didn't know where I was gonna find a trifold this late in the game. That's Rowley's England. That's when I remembered that I had a trifold in my locker, and I started my country project the day after I was assigned, so I could get ahead of things for once. But when I pulled it out to see how far I'd gotten, I was pretty disappointed. The project was 50% of my social studies grade, so I was desperate. I tried getting help from my classmates, but all of that did was remind me I need to get some smarter friends. Any of you guys know where Malta is? In your butt. Har har har. I stayed indoors for recess to work on my project. I didn't have time to go down to the library for research, so I had to do a lot of guessing. The only thing I felt pretty sure about was that Malta was near Russia, but I was shaky on everything else. Once I finished filling out my trifold, I started working on the other stuff. We were supposed to wear our country's traditional dress for the international showcase, so on the way to lunch I picked out some clothes from the lost and found in front of the principal's office. Luckily, there were a few decent items in the box, and I put together an outfit that looked pretty convincing. Everyone was supposed to bring in a traditional meal too at lunch, but I bought as many items as I could afford and threw some things together that seemed like it might have came from another country. So that's Greg's project. And that's him getting his clothes from the lost and found. And that's his food for lunch. It's a meatloaf and a hot dog inside with asparagus. The international showcase was during the last period, and when I set up my project in the gym, I was actually feeling pretty good about this thing. things. But I wish I've gotten assigned a country where they wore lighter clothes because the furnace was still on the full blast. The heat was getting to some other kids too, and tempers were starting to flare. At one point, Brazilian and Brazilian got in a fight over table space, and a teacher had to come and break it up. So that's where your project is being called, and then that's where they're fighting at. Kids came in from the elementary school to check out our project and ask questions, but all I had to do get them to move along was to pretend I spoke Mondelese. How many people live in your country? Cool. After that, the parents started to arrive. Luckily, mine couldn't come because Dad was at work and Mom was at her college. But some kid in my grade has a mom and dad who are actually from Malta, which is really bad luck for me. Also, that's good talking with students and his fake languages, and that's the kid's parents that speak mentally. I thought they were gonna report me to my teacher, and I was ready to make a run for it, but then something happened that got me off the hook. The fight that started between Brazil and Brazil flared back out and up and spilled over to the C and D countries. And before long, the whole gym was at war. Luckily, the bell rang and school got dismissed before anyone got seriously hurt. But before this whole situation doesn't exactly give me a lot of hope for the world peace. Tuesday. Well, I thought I was in the clear, but I was wrong. My social studies teacher sent me a note home to my parents that said I have to do my international showcase project again. So Mom said I can't watch TV or play video games until I finish it. I figure I can probably get this thing done by Saturday, but it won't matter. Anyway, that's because Mom is making me and my brothers have screen-free weekends. Mom thinks us kids are addicted to electronics and they're the reason we misbehave. So she started a new policy where we're not allowed to use any electronics on Saturday and Sundays, and we have to find other ways to entertain ourselves. That's them in the gym fighting. And then that's the note in Greg's mom's hand. What really stinks is when Mom catches us behaving on the weekends, she thinks it's proof that screen-free weekends are working. Aha. So lately, me and Roderick have been remembering to misbehave on Saturdays and Sundays, so Mom doesn't think her no electronics policy is working. And Manny joins in too because I guess he likes to do whatever his big brothers are doing. Mom says kids these days don't know how to, page 20. Pictures of page 20. Thank you guys for watching 11 to 20.